It's going to be a big reading today. Can't help but feel. I know I'm going to get hot now. Hope everyone's having a good day. All who watch this, it's getting into late Thursday afternoon. It's been a very gloomy couple of days here. A lot of shifting and reversals, and oh my good God. Energy is... it's awesome right now. All right. Let's see. Ugh. Sometimes my third eye gets like super itchy. Like I have to open it up and wake it up. It's so weird. Okay, here we go. What do we got? What do we got? First message. All right, you want those cards? All right, I pulled them first. I pulled these cards first, but then I thought, I didn't think it was the right cards, but I think it is. Okay. First incoming message here. We have a 10 of Pentacles in reverse with a 2 of Cups and a 3 of Swords in reverse. And it's kind of making me seem like something's over with. Something's been shut down and somebody's gone in a new direction. And it wasn't a sudden death move. It was something that was planned. Like maybe somebody gave away a business or something. Like literally, we were just driving in town and there's this pretty big snow removal company that's in town. And my sister goes, because she gets a pretty good insider information with work because she works with a lot of like older people. And she found out that the owner of this really big shot company or whatever died and left his wife the company. And now she's running like a multi-million-dollar company. This like 70-year-old woman's running a multi-million-dollar company all by herself and like apparently fucking kicking ass doing it. And with this 10 of Pentacles in reverse with the 2 of Cups, I'm like, is that like somebody passing something down? I mean, his was a sudden death. He suddenly just died. He suddenly just died. It was like a massive heart attack or something like that. This is not. So it makes me think that, I don't know, something's been left for you. Page of Swords, 9 of Wands, 5 of Swords in reverse with the 5 of Strands. Damn, 5-5 right in the middle. 10 of Cups in reverse, Ace of Wands in reverse, and the Hangman in reverse. There's been something snaky going on here. You're going to find out something. Information is coming in. It's going to like... I feel like this information is going to break your heart. It's like somebody's just decided to make a move and like you don't know this person. Like this person's not the kind of person that's just going to call you up and tell you a bunch of stuff. Okay, this is somebody that's like secretly around you doing something. And they gave something up. So then, like, whoever they were in partnership with, this 10 of Pentacles, they just like gave the business away. They were like, hey, we'll just take it. And you know what I was thinking? I was thinking about this today, and I thought, why the fuck is this coming into my head right now? And so there's this couple. It started off as a guy, and then he started a channel with his girlfriend. And then once the girlfriend got married, they started another channel as a family. Okay. So, and I thought, okay, that's kind of smart of that guy, because he's making money with his first channel, his YouTube channel, all by himself, because it's just him. So why would he add her into it? Now the money's going to get mixed up. So he starts a new channel with the girl. Okay, so then new money, more problems, but still. And then starts another channel. It's like somebody, like, okay, I'm really trying to get the message correct here. It's like, I don't know, like, and it's like, okay, so you know when you get married or you're with somebody, everything that you accumulate while you're together is what's divided when you break up. Okay, even though people break the law and then like do not do that. Okay, they try their hardest not to lose half of everything if, you know, they acquired most of what they have in their life in this relationship. I'm feeling like somebody, they just gave it up. They were just like, I'm just going to give this up, because if I continue this, then I'm going to owe them money, or they're going to come at me, or they're going to do something. And eventually this is going to come to like some type of standstill. So the only way to do it was, like, once they got the idea, they were like, okay, well, fuck it, we got to give it all up. Because that's the thing, is like honestly, I'm kind of getting the Michael Scott Paper Company, when David Wallace, they were going to buy the company out, and David's like, we know that you can't have that much money. And Michael's like, it's not about the money. If you take this business, or if you shut this business down, I'm going to start another company. And then I'm going to start another company. And I'm going to start another company. And I'm going to keep starting companies, because I have nothing short of starting companies. You want to take this one? Fine. Fuck you. Take it. Take it for all it's worth. But just know I'm going to do it again. Okay? And this time, you're not going to be able to touch it. Okay? Hello, everybody in the chat. Okay? You are not, this person's not going to be able to touch what you're doing, because they just gave it up. So it's, I don't know if you're going to get in a business with person, or if you're going to be in like a partnership with this person. Okay. But they have recently become completely detached from this 10 of Pentacles. I don't know if you just heard that honk, but there was a honk outside. So that's a confirmation for me that somebody has just chosen to completely walk away from something, which is really hard to do. It's not easy giving up half of everything, or, I mean, in this case, they just gave it all away. It's not easy doing that. And the money that this person would have lost because of that, but it was something that they thought about for a while. So if you end up, I don't know why this has to, for some reason, be your message, but it's like somebody decided to make the right move, and this person has something to do with you. It's like they're coming straight towards you to let you know that once they figured out what to do, like maybe this person's been away from you for a while, they couldn't be around you and you didn't know why. Once they come in, they'll tell you, like, well, I started a business with them. There's Temperance. They could be a Sagittarius. Okay. It's like they balance, like, see how he's got the walkie-talkie? He's always trying to get a hold of Elle. Always. He's always trying to get her on the phone or on the little walkie-talkie, and he can't. Okay. But that's what they use for their communication, right? They talk to one another. So it's like this person, I mean, that's kind of how I like, maybe they are going to call you. Okay. Now that they've got this plan has been orchestrated and it's not bothering them anymore, they're temperanced out, they're nicely balanced out. 7 of Swords in reverse. So I do feel like they got stolen from because they gave this business up, but it was like they were willing to give it away. Okay, because honestly, that's what kind of sucks about, like, my sister's ex-husband. Like, he he robbed her. Like, he signed all these deals and he bought companies under other people's names and he did things, and he hired the lawyer and he took her for everything. He didn't leave her with anything. All he did was cover her debt that she accumulated after he killed somebody that she loved very much. And that was his debt to pay. But the marriage, the divorce, he didn't give her anything. And I'm going to tell you what that guy, how much money that guy made in 10 years, you would never believe me, because half of it's dirty money. And like, my stepmother cleaned money for him at the bank. Like, and honestly, like, I feel he started a lot of businesses, and I feel like he might have to surrender a couple businesses to people. He might have to give things up in order to keep his name clean, but that's not why we're talking about this. But I feel like, you know, this situation would be the opposite of that. This person gave more than what they had to and then walked away, knowing that even by giving this treasure to them and this business to them, somehow this person, this hangman in reverse now, this temperance energy, still has more than that person, no matter what. So they're like, I still have more than them regardless if I give them this whole thing, no matter what. So this person is like, they would be the definition of anti-greedy. Okay, look at that. High Priestess in reverse. I almost feel like they didn't even really know what they were doing. Okay, but they followed their gut somehow, kind of like unknowingly. Okay, there's Judgment. Oh my God, you know why? Wow. Oh, wow. Okay. So this person was secretly guided. This was part of their karma. Okay. This was part of their judgment. They were supposed to give this up in order to get the real prize in the end. It's like, you know, the thing that you have to give up in order to get to heaven, or in order to get to the pearly gates, or in order for something good to happen. We have tests, we have mission, we have people that we pass in our path. And we have to choose to do the right thing, because if we have something, and I'm not talking give all your money to poor people when you walk by. I'm not saying that. But I'm saying if somebody entered your life and you started something with them, and even in the beginning, you had more than them, and even leaving them, you're still going to have more than them, then why wouldn't you give them something that it's like, you know, teach a man to fish, he's got fish forever, but just give him a fish. That's it. That's all you're going to do. Like, what my sister's ex-husband should have done was give her a business. He should have given her something, or he should have said, listen, when you get your head on straight, when everything figures out, I'm going to buy you a business. I'm going to do something for you. Whatever you go to school with, I'm going to make sure you're taken care of. But no, he didn't. He just met a very young, naive girl and put 2 fucking kids in her belly ASAP and dropped my sister like a motherfucker, okay? Because my sister wouldn't have kids for him. I mean, back then. And I think she's actually glad she didn't have kids, but anyways, doesn't matter. Again, okay? Like, what people choose to do, like, I think he was supposed to do something so much better for her and show her, you know, that she could believe in people again. And she was, you know, she went through a really rad time, and like, she went through a lot of shit, and she lost her faith in humanity. And then look what he did. You know, he fucking robs her blind. The guy that she was with for 11 years robs her, steals everything from her, and leaves her with nothing. She was homeless. He took the house away from her. He took her car away from her. He took everything away from her. Okay? You tell me how that happened when the guy that's got more money fucking hires the lawyers, okay, and fucks his wife up the ass multiple times. Okay? Like, he wasn't supposed to do that. That was a door that he wasn't supposed to go through, right? Like I said, he had some vendetta against me. He was pissed off at me. And I think Spirit did that for a reason. I think he put his anger onto me for a reason and punished her as if he was the father, as if all of a sudden it wasn't her ex-husband and they weren't together for 11 years. He suddenly acted like a father. He suddenly acted like God. He played God. And he used to call himself a god. He used to act like he was he ran hell. Honestly, I mean, that would be the devil, but I mean, he is the devil. He has this like demon thing on his back, and he acts like a god. He wants to be that powerful, but he's so dirty, and he's so manipulative, and he's so nasty, and he's such a liar, and he's so full of shit, right? That like, he wants to be powerful, but he's powerful in such a deceptive way. Okay, such a deceptive way. And when we have people cross our paths like that and they do us wrong when we know that they're supposed to have done the right thing, like, put your karma on me. What the fuck? If you know, then that could have been something, you know, like when you were about to give this business up or when you were about to give this up, somebody around you, you know, could have been a real piss off to you. You might not want to have done it just out of spite, but that's the thing. You open up your heart, you choose to be the bigger person, you choose not to be the lower person, not to be the asshole just because you don't get what you want. Like, I'm sorry, we're not children. If you don't get what you want, it's called you're just like everybody else. If you want to get what you want, you usually have to fucking pay for it, okay? And like, this was a judgment door. They needed to do this. They had to make the right move. 8 of Cups in reverse. They couldn't just walk away, okay? They weren't allowed to. So this person has been somehow placed on your path now. They're being placed in front of you now because they made the right decision. They did the right thing. Knight of Swords. This person is a fucking straight shooter, and they've got quite the people behind them that support them, right? They've got almost a mission of truth, you know, like they will do the right thing. And because of that, people engage with them and follow them and support them because they are so faithful. Old Faithful. Remember that? Like, was that a show or something? The dog? Old Faithful. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. Like, they're just a loyal friend. 8 of Pentacles. They're working really hard right now. Okay, so this person, they could be rebuilding their business because they gave this one business away. Okay, so this person, Page of Pentacles in reverse, they actually made something work. Okay, they did something that was possibly supposed to be used against them, and they moved forward with it anyways, and it's working. Because they're the King of Pentacles. They know what they're doing. All right, so they haven't really been looking for love. Okay, they haven't really been looking for love. So when they stumble upon you again, it's going to be like, oh, thank God. I don't have to go on some stupid dating site, or I don't have to go and try and meet somebody. You know how awkward it is to go and try and meet somebody? I mean, like, I'm all game for it, but it's still not, like, it's awkward. I mean, people are scary. Okay, like, you don't know what people are like anymore. Like, they're freaking, people are weird. All right, next message. Okay, so we have Nature in reverse with Hellraiser in reverse and Curse in like limbo. So I think like I think there's something that you were like taken from. Curse in limbo is like, I think the curse in limbo now is because I feel like the curse is losing its strength, its ability to take you over. Like you're beating the curse. Okay, there was some type of curse put on you. Okay, and with Hellraiser in reverse, like, let me just tell you from personal experience, I didn't have sex for 7 years, and then I was seeing somebody, so of course, obviously, I'm not trying to be a nun, and then now it's been 3.5 years again since me and that guy, so I've been, like, very much clean celibate for over 10 years, okay, and, now that this reading is on, it kind of makes me go like, was that because I wanted to be celibate or because somebody put a curse on me? Because if you know me and this channel, it's most likely there's a fucking curse. Okay. So I feel like there could be a curse on you. And if you haven't had sex for a long time, or if it's the sex that you have had has been so bad, it's like you think that that's the one, and you think that like you're following your natural instincts, and you think that like this is it, this is made for you, and then you get in bed with them and you're like, oh my God, what is wrong with you? Can you read body language? And it's like, no, because that's not the person that you're supposed to be. Like, oh my gosh, when I did sleep with this guy, it was awful. It was awful. It was awful. I was like, oh my God, this is the worst experience of my life. Like, and I was seeing him for a little bit because he was a trucker. So he was never in town. So we had to start this relationship that lasted a few months because he was never there. And when he was there, he was usually at my work fucking hanging out, because I worked at a really fucking awesome place back then. A lot of like live entertainment all the time. And so he would just come in there and hang out with, at work, and then he would go. So it was really hard to like get to know him. So then once we actually did get to hang out, of course we're going to sleep together. I don't want to spend any more time talking. And oh, good God. I was like, this sucks. I mean, I thought in my mind, I was like, this sucks because I just broke a 7-year streak of like not having to deal with this. And the first guy I sleep with is that bad. And he was like in his 40s. I mean, my God, 44 or 45, I think, like that. So I thought like he was married and stuff. I thought like, my God, you gotta have like more experience than this. But he really didn't. He was very inexperienced sexually, and you could tell. It doesn't necessarily matter, because I mean, some people are, if they're like just completely turned off and they have no idea about anything, then their sex is kind of like robotic, like they're two pump chumps and then they're back to eating Doritos and watching a movie. Whereas other people take a sexual experience and do something else with it. Okay, there are different types of people. Okay, obviously, we're not all the same, or it would be a goddamn frenzy out there. So, you had a little curse put on you. Okay, and I mean, it could have been fucking 10 years. I mean, I'm kind of starting to think like I might have been trapped in a curse. Okay, so if you've been inexperienced, look at animal instincts in reverse. That's what I'm talking about. Nature in reverse with animal instincts in reverse. Like, you couldn't have picked the wrong partners if you tried, because of this curse, just ongoing, following you around. That's really sad. Anything else? I mean, this is fucked. Earth in reverse with cat instincts. So again, you're not being like, you haven't been able to ground who you're really supposed to be with, because your cat instincts would be like being able to notice where you belong, right? And you remember back in the day when you probably did sleep with people or had actual connections with people, okay, it was really easy to ground, like I used to have sex all the time, like, and it was honestly for forever. I mean, I always had boyfriends, and for, my early stages, like it was always somebody I knew. I always, I never like had blind sex. I never had sex with somebody I didn't know. Always knew them. But I mean, I come from a pretty big town, and I went to a lot of different schools, so I got to know a lot of people. And it was just like, my sexual experiences in my 20s were what made me now being who I am. Like, there was a lot of things that I did, but that's what your 20s are for. That's what experimenting is for. Okay. To do things with people and to see what you like and what you don't like, right? When I feel bad sometimes for people that don't give themselves those years after high school to really experiment, like safely, right? And I'm not saying even drug related, I'm just saying to experiment what you like and what you don't like. And I get it, people, and I love if people do that in a relationship, because I do know people that have been together for years, like centuries, 20 fucking 30 years into their high school, and they do shit together together, and it's amazing because they're at this point such good friends that they can do anything together. They can be 100% open because they know each other so well. So that there are people that can benefit from long-standing relationships, but if you have been in a long-standing relationship and had a dry spell for a long time, guess what? It's because some bitch around you grounded a sex curse on you. Okay. And like, if you have been having sex, okay, there's the deface. Then it might be you're very uninterested. You don't want to do it. I swear there was a sex curse on me with this one guy too. It was like, I always pushed him away, and I don't know why, because he was the only person I've ever wanted in this whole world, and I always denied him sexually. And when I thought about it the other day, I thought, I was raised very like prudently, and I never thought I was allowed to express myself. So once I did get single, I think I can't just settle now, because I appreciate myself so much, right? And if it's just an experience, then trust me, I've had my share, right? So if a curse is going to follow me around and I'm going to lose all my natural instincts as to where to actually bring my energy, then I don't want to sleep with anybody at all. Because, I mean, think of it that way. Like, if you have got a dry spell and you think, well, nobody likes you or no one's attracted to you, think of that as a good thing, because you're not finding the right people because you're around the wrong people. And if you're around the wrong people, then no, don't fucking go out. It's not worth it. Like, I honestly, for a long time when I would go out, I would think of that X-Files episode of that fucking guy who washes the hair. Oh my God. I don't know if it's season 1 or I don't know. It's the earlier seasons. And the guy who takes the prostitute home and he runs her the bath. Oh my God, look at dinner. Hey, Adam. Yeah, no, okay, I don't blame you. And he brings the prostitute home. He works at the funeral home, and he runs her the bath, and she's like, it's freezing cold. And then and then she runs away, and she sees all the dead flowers in his room and shit from all the fucking funerals. I'm like, oh my God. I can just stay single for the rest of my life. If the hot sweat's out there, okay, and like, just saying, what somebody thinks is a great dinner in their psychosomatic family, okay, could be the opposite of you. So if that means that whoever this person was really didn't want you to have any experiences anymore whatsoever sexually, and really took that off the plate, okay, think of you not caring or doing anything about it a good thing. Okay, because I think this person's intention truly was to hurt you. It was to get you to reach your energy out to people that you didn't know. Okay, so then you could possibly get hurt. Right? So then you wouldn't have the right people around you, trying to get you away, trying to get you to hook up with people that you don't know, because everybody that you do know now doesn't like you. Okay, so this person, man, when they did what they did, like, they had to have sent some shit out about you. They gotta be talking shit, saying shit, running their mouth, talking about you, talking about your fucking pussy or your dick, or fucking talking about your sexual fucking, oh my good God. I don't know if you talked to this person about your sexual experiences one time. Like, they went out and like fucking told people and like said you were fucking weird and like you're into weird shit, and like, says the person that's running around talking about it. Like, you don't understand how weird people are, okay? Like, anal is not weird. Sexual positions are not weird. Threesomes are not weird. Sex is sex. I mean, if you want to call sex weird, then you probably shouldn't have it. And if you want to make fun of people's sexual experiences and exploit them, then again, you're probably not old enough to have sex. You know what I mean? Just like the people that talk shit about, other, like, it's just like, then you don't deserve friends, and you don't deserve to have people around you. Like, like, little girls should, hang out with little girls. And if that's, you don't get to hang out with adults, then, if that's how you're going to act, and to like do this to you. I mean, they were expecting you really to get invited to the dinner that would kill you, right? I don't understand what that means, Adam. Well, no, like you would have to agree to the threesome. I think I hid your message. I don't think we're allowed to see that message, Adam. I don't know why. Maybe because you said threesome or psycho. I don't know. You know YouTube. Okay. They get crazy about this shit. I'm just saying they're not weird, okay? People who say that certain things that people do are weird, really it's because they're not mature enough to shut their mouth about it, open their mind up to something other than missionary, okay, or banging people's husbands in bathroom stalls, okay? Like people who can't talk about sex, or people who exploit themselves, you know, immaturity like that, it will bleed out. Their privates will become exhausted, and they will catch things, and you know, you want to exploit yourself and your, you know, sexual gratification around town, fucking everybody. You deal with that consequence, you know? Being a slut just doesn't impress me. Somebody sleeping around really doesn't impress me. Okay, this message, I feel like somebody is, okay, I feel like your powers are changing, okay, and there's going to be something that you're going to be able to do that heals the public and starts to make you money, okay? Money and stability are coming, and somebody is pretty adamant on making sure this does not happen for you, because in order for this money to start coming through, it's almost like a rebirth has to happen. It's like a reset. Okay, stop everything, restart the power, and then, you know, switch it back on. Okay, and somebody does not want you to do that. It's like you need a reset and they want to stop it. There's spring. That would be the reset. Okay, with familiar guardian. But I feel like you will be guided to protect this rebirth by possibly one of your familiars. So somebody in the collective here that speaks to their familiar, okay, their familiar is going to tell them something, and they're going to let them know. I feel like this is possibly like literally a cleansing or like a reset ritual or something. Okay. If you're trying to do something, like if you're trying to start your YouTube channel or do something on social media or branch out electronically in some way with something, then spirit is like, someone is trying to interfere with that. Okay. And you're a healer, which means the things that you're doing need to come to light. They need to be in the physical world, and somebody trying to stop them is an example of how powerful your information is. Okay. So because you talk to your familiar will tell you when it's time to restart this. Okay. When it's time to take what you want to do and do a full cleanse reboot. Okay. And it's almost like name change or wardrobe change, something like that. It's like somebody needs to uplift something, you know, like give it a makeover, change it around, because whatever it is, it's been tainted. Okay, it's been tainted, and your power is more stronger than this person's wannabe strength against you. So when your familiar says you're about to lose this rebirth if you don't reconnect and reboot, okay, they'll tell you exactly when to do it, so then you don't lose something. Because I think somebody really wants it's like they're, I almost feel like they've picked a slot on the wheel, and as it turns and it hits this mark, it wants to take something away from you. Someone's done witchcraft against you, so then something doesn't happen. Okay, and they're using, I swear, they're using the zodiac chart. They're using the chart to do this. So, I mean, they really think they're going to be able to do this. But luckily for you, you've got something stronger with you. You have a familiar, you have a guardian with you. Okay, even if it's not in a familiar, it's just a guardian that you can hear, or, you know, spirit that you speak to or whatever. Someone's going to let you know, all right, like restart your phone, delete all your apps, okay, reboot, revamp, you know, change your picture, change your name, something like that. And then it will all, honestly, sometimes when spirit does tell me to do that, I use my selenite crystals, and that, you know, I'll put them with my phone or with my laptop or with my sign or on my table or with my tarot cards, anything that I feel like needs a good cleansing, right? I'll do that with, and then kind of shut it down and allow the clearing technique to work to get rid of whatever it is that's trying to, because I mean, a lot of people, they do try to stop my numbers on YouTube. I don't know what the hell is going on with Instagram, but me and Instagram have had a very long relationship of deleted accounts and a lot of bullshit between the two of us. So I don't know if me and Instagram are ever going to get along, but it seems like I'm 100% blocked there. I'm blocked with YouTube. They never tell me how many people are in the live. On my birthday, I did, it was a birthday reading. There was like over 800 people that watched that live, and it told me nobody was in the live almost the whole time. So YouTube doesn't give me the right numbers, and all of a sudden I'll put something up on Instagram and it'll shoot up 100 views and then all of a sudden stop. Like, it just, somebody just doesn't want my views, okay, to be seen, even though it's all healing energy. I'm not doing this to get fucking my face everywhere. I do this so when people don't steal my voice. That's why my face is on here, okay? Somebody wants me to cover up my chest, cover up my tits, cover up my face, right? Because they think I'm trying to sell this channel using my body. Like, you know, go fuck yourself. I mean, people want to say whatever they want to try to take your power away from you. Okay, to try to stop you from rebirthing, from revamping, from opening your energy up, from you accessing your high priestess or your high priest inside of you, to listen to your third eye, to hear your third ear, right? Like, it's ridiculous how many people just don't want to believe in you. And every time you try to do something, like, so I've been dealing with this woman who just constantly keeps attacking my sister and I. And you know what she did? We figured it out. My sister went to the Ministry of Transportation, because somebody had flagged her car. And I was told driving it that I was driving a car that was unregistered. Are you fucking kidding me? It actually came up in their system unregistered. Okay, so she went to the Ministry of Transportation and went like, we have got to fix this. Like, you have got to tell me why I have been flagged. She said, this little witch that has been really, really honestly trying to get my sister and I in trouble for whatever reason she's doing it. I don't care, because it's between her and God now, her and fucking Lucifer now. And somebody went in. So when you change states, okay, you never go to the ministry and cancel your plates. You go to the next state, you get new plates, and then your plates from your old state get what's called canceled. Okay? Nothing else gets put on there but status canceled, because you've canceled the plates. They have not expired. They have been canceled. Okay. So this woman has some friend in the Ministry of Transportation, which there's a full-blown investigation on who the hell did this, because they broke the law. She got somebody to go in and change my sister's plates from canceled to expired. And this was within days, okay? Within days, because a cop ran my plates last week while I was sitting in front of him. My plates get ran all the time because there's tuck tape literally keeping our license plate on, so it kind of looks like we're driving a car from like fucking none of it. Okay, like it looks really bad. So like our plates get run all the time, but we have our papers done. So all of a sudden the lady says, well, it obviously you've had expired plates in the computer for 5 years. And my sister goes, no, my sister just got pulled over last week and the plates were fine. So somebody in your Ministry of Transportation went into my file and changed my plates from canceled to expired so I would get pulled over. And the lady just looked at her. All right, well, that's an open investigation as of right now because you've been frauded. She was frauded, okay? And what these people don't understand is when somebody goes into the Ministry of Transportation and changes something, guess what? They're all under a username and a user password. Everything they do is clocked in their computer, okay? Oh my gosh, look at this. Look what just came out. Homeland and masculine energy in reverse, which is the Lord, the God. You want to play God. Is that God or spell? Oh shit, that's spell. Oh, spell in reverse with Homeland. Okay, whoever is trying to get you away from because I mean, what she wanted, she thinks I smoke weed in the car. So she wanted to actually get me arrested. She wanted my sister to get pulled over for physically smoking weed in the car. My sister and I don't smoke weed in the car. We haven't done that shit for years. My sister smokes cigarettes in the car. I don't smoke at all. So I don't smoke anything in the car. She was expecting me to get pulled over with a full blunt in my hand and get me arrested, which would have completely thrown me off. I would be in jail right now, okay, if her little plan had worked. But she doesn't know that I'm a mature individual that doesn't smoke weed while I'm driving around downtown. Are you kidding? Do you know how many people are watching? My windows are down. I was listening to fucking Ryan Adams cranked at the top of my lungs, singing as fucking loud as I could, and I get pulled over. Look how bad that looks, right? And then they were automatically said they were looking for my sister. Why would you be looking for my sister? Like, you don't, like, just because a vehicle is registered under somebody's name, it doesn't mean that they're automatically the ones that are going to be driving it. I'm on her insurance too. So why wasn't I flagged? Only she was. Okay. Somebody is trying to manifest a spell against you, to hurt you, to do something to you, and it's not going to work. Okay. It's not going to work because you have more power than them. Okay, you have a foundation and you have a guardian. And when I actually saw in my third eye cherries a few times, and my sister goes, I think she had a nightmare and we got pulled over. And I think I had a premi. I've had a vision of getting pulled over. So right away, it's like, as soon as the vision comes, we don't fuck around. I mean, it's like 10 and 2. We don't fucking speed. I mean, we don't speed anyways, but we make sure our seatbelts are on. We make sure that we don't give the cops any fucking reason to pull us over, because I don't get pulled over. I'm a great driver. So the fact that I have been pulled over in this town in a matter of like a couple months, as much as I have, it's because somebody else was doing something, trying to get me in trouble. Okay. And now they can't do it anymore. Okay. We've talked to the police. We talked to the ministry. Nothing can be done anymore. If anything even goes near my sister's file or her name, it will be flagged immediately, as well as myself. Okay. Unless we are there and we write it down and it was us, because somebody did something without my sister's permission. They fucked around with something, and that's against the law. You're not allowed to do that. And guess what? Everything has a name on it. Okay. So this person, their manifestation against you to stop something that you're trying to birth, that you're trying to create. Okay. And maybe your first chance at this, and people gave you a bad name. Okay. And now you're trying to get your name out of the gutter, and you're trying to rebirth yourself because you are a healer and you need the stability to work. You need this idea to work, and they're trying to keep it from you. They're trying to say that they have the ability and more power than you to stop your mission. No. They might put a little fork in the road that all you have to do is go around, but that's it. They're not going to be able to stop the road. And because you have a guardian that you speak to that gives you actual advice, they can't touch you, because they don't know what this is like. They don't know what it's like to be warned. I always get a warning. Trust me. I think I get too many warnings sometimes. And that's why I just don't fuck around anymore, because I'm sick of the warnings. I'm sick of the warnings that you might get pulled over. You might get pulled over. Guess what? I don't fuck around anymore. I do the speed limit. And I always did. Okay. And I don't smoke weed in my car. I don't drink. I don't drive under the influence. I sure as fuck don't fucking sell drugs. I don't do anything in my car that's illegal. So to try to stop my car or my license or my, to put me in jail so that I can't do this. If I'm supposed to do this, bro, it's never going to stop. It's never going to stop. I mean, I could cancel this channel and start another one. Cancel this one, cancel the next one and start another. There'll always be successful. There will always be people following me. There will always be people watching my videos because I'm not a liar. I'm an actual high priestess. I know what I'm doing. I've been doing this for over 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. Like, it's an insult to even actually think that for 1 second I could possibly be lying or that there's nobody in this chat when I know for a fucking fact there's people in the chat. So why is it saying there's nobody? Like, I mean, YouTube sometimes they just want to humiliate you, but it doesn't work because by saying there's nobody in the chat and then I post it up and there's over 300 views, fuck you, YouTube. Like, I fucking know who's trying to screen me and make it seem like I'm a loser when, thank gosh, I don't care about popularity. I'm not doing it for popularity. I'm not Nada Surf. I don't need to be popular, okay? Because I'll naturally be no matter what. Like, once you get over, like, honestly, there was this one guy, he is so worried about how other people think of him. And I think, honestly, if you keep living your life worried about how people are going to think of you or how they're going to see you or how they're going to look at you, that person's going to die one day. Those people are going to go walk off a bridge one day. Those people are going to stop talking to you. Why would you ever care about how somebody else feels about you? Especially if you're trying to do something that you really want to do, but you feel like people aren't going to like you for it. Trust me, if they don't like you for doing something that you really want to do, they're not supposed to be around you. Man, Spirit is on a rant today. I don't even remember what I just said. Sometimes it comes out so fast. I can't stop to think or I'm going to fuck up the channel. Honestly, I was listening to the song Wildflowers by Ryan Adams when I got pulled over. I see the cherries in the rear view and I think, like, again, like, what did I do this time? Oh yeah, did I yawn too much? Did I make it look like I was having too much fun in my vehicle? No, somebody went to the Ministry of Transportation and said I had an expired vehicle. Like, do you have anything else better to do with your time than stalk my sister and I? Like, this chick is in so much trouble. Oh my God. Like, that was serious voodoo. Like, that was a serious fuckery to do to somebody. Like, just know that all comes back to you times 3, possibly times 10. Depends how manipulative your little fucking hand was when you hurt people. Don't ever hurt people. It's not worth it. Woo. Okay, so you know how I just recently did this table? Okay, with the ruin symbols on it and everything? So tell me how, since I did this table, suddenly I'm just killing bugs all over it. Like, I've been leaving my window open. I've killed 3 bugs on it. One was this giant roach just sitting right here. And I was like, ah! And I'm like, fuck, this table wants sacrifices. And then I killed another one, done. Then I killed another one, done. I was like, this table wants sacrifices. And if it's working, I'm going to give it all the bugs that it wants, because if that's all it's taking is just bugs, my sister's tarantula takes more than that. Wildflowers. Oh, it's such a nice song, too. I was having such a good time in the car. I was going to pick up my Greek food, and I was just singing, wildflower, and then get pulled over. And like, what? And like, get no ticket, not in trouble, no nothing, no warning. Just, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry, miss, for bothering you. I'm so sorry. Wildflowers. Knight of Wands. Bathin. Teaches the values of herbs and stones. Oh, transports somebody from one place to another. I love this demon. This deity is fucking awesome. He's badass. He can teleport like fucking mad quick. Oh my God. Okay, this was true. Okay, so where I live, the house is really old. And we have these old wooden heaters. They're like water, I don't know, like steam heaters basically. And it got so hot up here the other day that I had to message the superintendent. I'm like, listen, you got to please turn the heat down. Like, I'm fucking dying up here. And he's like, yeah, no problem. He turns it down. The fucking pilot goes out. I'm like, fuck, this house is so old. But it wasn't the pilot light, it was actually the fuse. Somehow we blew this fucking fuse, okay? And for this stupid house, these fuses to buy and to find are just redonkulous. This house is 300 years old, okay? So he was like, all right, it's gonna take a few days to get your heat fixed. But luckily, my landlord, he left 2 space heaters up here. So surprisingly, it's been okay. But like last night, bro, it got cold. Okay, so I'm like, I fucking crank the heaters and it's still cold. And something said to me in the middle of the night last night, just turn on the oven. Just turn on the oven. And I was like, what the fuck? I don't ever turn on the oven. Like, this demon spreads hate by fire, okay? This is why this is coming up. Like, and then I don't do it. I just turn up the heaters a little bit more and I just grab another blanket and I go back to bed. And I wake up in the morning and I'm like, something fucking happened last night. I'm like, I got a vision. And my sister's like, what do you mean? And I go, I got up in the middle of the night and it was freezing in the house. And I said, so I turned up the heaters a little bit more and something told me to go and turn the oven on and then open it up a bit. You know how you can do that, right? To kind of heat up your area if your heat's ever gone out in the middle of winter. Okay, the oven is amazing to be able to use, but it's extremely fucking dangerous. And, you know, it's like releasing gas into your house, by the way. Okay, so I'm like, I would never fucking do that. Like, I wouldn't do that. And then what was so fucked about the vision is I actually just cleaned the oven like maybe a month ago. There was like a, you know, I cook with a lot of oil. So there was like a lot of oil, you know, everywhere. So I cleaned it or whatever. And I, in the middle of the night, after something in my house told me to turn the oven on, which I didn't, I saw all of a sudden this black smoke coming out of the oven in the vision. And I went, that's really fucked up because I feel like somebody was trying to hurt me. Like somebody, they specifically, I mean, because that's how spells would work. Okay, if somebody puts a manifestation up to hurt you, okay, and they want to kill you or they want to set your house on fire, right? It would have to come through with like a power outage, right? Where all of a sudden you go to the store, you get, you know, a banister heater, or you get like a foot heater, right? And then you leave and you go to the store and your fucking house burns down, okay? I mean, the way that humans think, I mean, people think demons are bad and people think that like, oh, it's so funny. They concentrate so much on deities and so much, and when it's like people, okay, you have to concentrate on people. People are evil. It's people who are evil, okay? It's not the demons that they summon. It's the people, okay? You don't blame the cleaner. You blame the guy who hired the cleaner, okay? Like, come on, don't blame the messenger. So it's like I feel like somebody wanted to burn your house down. They don't like you. And I mean, the thing is because of Bathan, this transports another suddenly from one place to another. I almost feel like they're not going to be able to pull a fast one on you. So say you leave the house. Okay. And this has happened to me before too. I left my aunt's house this one time and I could have fucking sworn I left a candle burning, and I was on the highway, like 20 minutes down the highway, and I fucking turned around. I canceled the plans with my girlfriend because by that time I was like, okay, like she wanted to like go for dinner with like some dude or something. And I was like, girl, you're going to have to go on your own and get some ass. Cause like, I got to stay here. I got to turn around. I'm like, I fucked up. And I'm like, she had to meet him at a certain time or something. So I just canceled the plans and turned around on the highway and went back. And you know what? I fucking blew the candle out. But something said to me, I obviously didn't want to go to dinner with her. I didn't want to meet this guy. I don't really fucking know. But like that can happen, you know, where, and even my sister, oh man, we were driving and we were just on our way out to town. And for some reason we got a little bit held up, and then I went the long way and she went right before we were about to get on the highway. I don't know if I unplugged the straightener. And I went, fuck, I don't use a hair straightener. I don't use anything on my hair. So I'm like, I don't go into the bathroom and look at that stuff if it's left on, right? And usually I do, you know, like usually I'm always, you know, backup checking, right? Making sure everything's unplugged before we leave the house. And we turned around, went all the way back to the house. And she unplugged it. She not even turned it off. She unplugged it. So like sometimes, like if you don't, sometimes we can get the sign, okay, or the radar, like something's wrong, but it could be that you're getting the radar for something in the future. But spirit tests you and wants to know if you're going to react to them saying, did you remember to do this? So now, like, I make a mental note as I'm going to leave the house, like, okay, I shut, because I mean, I've got all these dangly lights and shit, and I have these fucking, these candles, right? These battery candles. Like, I need to make sure that I have to do like a head count. I have to make sure that everything is unplugged, right? But that took me 15 times leaving the house going, fuck, did I unplug that? Fuck, did I turn that off? Fuck, And then finally I was like, okay, I need to start really paying attention, right? Because life, and I watched this Instagram video of this guy trying to fix his truck, and a spark ignites. He's obviously trying to change the spark plugs or something, or he's near the battery. And this spark went through the engine and caught the truck on fire in seconds. Okay, in seconds. And I watched my wall go up in flames because of a tea light. A tea light hit the side of a curtain, and the entire curtain went up in flames. Like, fire is so near you. Like, I've even got this candle that's battery, because sometimes I feel like when I go to actually burn a candle by flame now, I stare at it. Like, oh my God. Like, I don't use those Yankee Candle bullshit. Okay. One lady, she put up her Bath and Body fucking candle, caught on fire. Like, all these fragrances and all this shit. Like, just be very careful, because there is some type of fire energy around you. Okay. And take it from me last night, trying to turn the oven on. Bitch, I'm just going to put another blanket on my bed. Okay. And my stepmother, back in the day, I lived in the coldest room in the house. So they bought me a heated mattress, a heated blanket. Okay. And then this fucking bitch has the nerve to say to me one day, those blankets catch on fire. And I'm like, the fuck is wrong with you? Like, I'm freezing in that room. This is the only thing that gives me heat. And you got to tell me that people have fucking died with this shit? What the fuck is wrong with you? Like, get me proper fucking sheets, bitch. Get this goddamn thing off my fucking bed. Like, people are so stupid, okay, that they're even willing to put their own children's lives at risk, to put some candle beside them, or fucking heat pad. Like, how much times I fucking look at my heating pad for my snake? And thank God it's on the outside of the tank. I'm constantly checking it, like, okay, is this thing okay? Is this thing okay? Is this thing okay? I don't even think she fucking uses it, but I'm constantly staring at it, because it's so, like, just one more thing that could just go wrong, okay? Like, think of it as, when you dabble in the art, okay, which just means you're on fucking social media, just trying to do something in your life, people want to burn your face off. And I don't know why, because there's absolutely, in my mind, nothing wrong with you at all. Okay, but why do they want to throw fire and hate at you is beyond me, because I don't do anything to anybody, and this shit is like fucking religious every day. Okay, I should be walking around throwing holy water on my fucking walls. Somebody hates me so much, but I know I'm pretty protected. Okay, so that's the thing, is like, I definitely feel like you're protected because you're able to you're able to teleport, which means, okay, when I'm pretty sure I have been told that I left something on and I didn't unplug something. And when I got into the apartment, I sure as fuck didn't. Like, it was exactly what spirit needed to tell me. I'm pretty sure it was the heater in my room once. I got out the door and in the car, and they were like, the heater in your room's still on. I'm like, fuck. Go upstairs, turn it off. Like, I never doubt when spirit says something, because even if it's a dead end and I just went upstairs for no reason, it's my bad for not double checking, right? So if spirit has to get on my ass to double check things, so mote it be. I do not want my fucking house burning down. I do not want anybody, like, oh man, they have these things for fish tanks now that, like, if your house is on fire, you can have a light on your fish tank and the firefighters will try to get your fish out. Isn't that adorable? And I'm like, okay, well, maybe I should put them on my snake enclosures. And like, there's no way they're going to be able to lift these things up. Like, their whole point is to be able to lift the fish tank up and take it out. They're not going to be able to lift this fucking tank. Are you kidding? It weighs 1,500 pounds. So, but it's still, it's good to know that, like, people are looking out for the animals and the fish out there. Okay. And fire, don't fuck around with fire. I mean, if you think for 1 second that you left the house with something plugged in, turn your ass around and double check. Even if it takes 20 minutes out of your day, even if you suddenly can't get to a store because it's going to be closed. That's why Amazon is there, and that's why it opens again tomorrow. Okay? Honestly, don't test spirit. Don't test spirit. Okay? Don't test spirit. Baphomet. Look at that. The magician. The ultimate fucking magician. I'm telling you, don't fuck with spirit. When they tell you something, don't think you're better than it. Don't think that you know everything and that you're the ultimate magician and there's no way that this thing is going to get around you because you're too smart and blah, blah, blah. Trust me. Even he makes mistakes. He, she, I don't know what he is, or she. Okay, but I mean, don't fuck with the balance on the earth. Don't fuck with good and evil, because just because you think you're liked by a lot of people, I can tell you, you've got an enemy out there. There is somebody who doesn't like you. It might not be this person, but I'm just saying in general, everybody's got an enemy. Okay, even if you think you're super nice, right? There's somebody out there that doesn't fucking like you. Somebody doesn't like the cut of your jib. Okay. And we're supposed to have those people who don't like us. Okay. Not everybody is supposed to love you. Okay. So now we have the King of Swords in reverse. Don't lie to yourself. Spirit is like, don't think it's a lie. I think you're going to get a warning. Okay. I think you're going to get a warning because you can teleport. You can be in your car and go back to your apartment still in your car and go, I don't know if I shut that off. I don't know if I did this. So you can teleport too. Okay. Teleportation is it's kind of key to keeping your ass safe. Okay. It's super dangerous to do, but once you learn how to do it, it's like putting on your shoes. I can teleport so quickly. It's kind of scary, but it's so hilarious. I love teleporting, but you got to learn how to do it. So learn how to do it. Okay. Before you trust that fucking matrix. Emperor with the Page of Pentacles. The thing is that they want to somehow affect your empire, okay, something that you own, okay, and the damage, it would be the Page of Pentacles, like they'd have to give you some type of offer with the thing that burns down. So obviously the thing that they want to burn down is insured with this Page of Pentacles, but it's not insured to know that you're going to get everything back. And like some things aren't material worth, some things they don't have a fucking price tag on them. Okay. So it's like, don't fool yourself. Like if there is something that is worth in this empire that you've built, don't lie to yourself when your magician suddenly pops up and says, hey, by the way, I don't think you did this, right? If you didn't double check. And also with the whole oven, open the oven, turn the oven thing on. What the fuck? What do you think? I'm on crack? You think I'm just dumb and I'm just going to go do dumb things? No, I'm going to I double thought that. And they really did not anticipate me double checking. But that's the thing, is like people don't anticipate how smart I am because they think I'm an idiot. I don't really know why, but I don't know if I portray an idiot, but in my mind, I've been on my own since I was like 20 years old. So I've been on my own for 20 years. I'm not dumb. I'm definitely not dumb. Okay. No one's taking care of me. I haven't got no fucking special lift from the fucking yellow short bus. All right. Like 9 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles in reverse. The Lovers, there it is. 8 of Swords in reverse. Okay, so definitely Spirit is going to speak up. Okay. Again, it's almost like that Guardian reading. Okay, someone is going to speak up because they want this person wants you to lose everything. 5 of Pentacles, but it's not going to happen because it's in reverse. Okay, with the 9 of Pentacles, because this is something that you've worked really hard for. You've worked really hard for your life. Okay, and they can't just come and take it away from you because they don't, they want to burn your house down. Like, go fucking burn your own house down. Tell me how it feels. Okay, so this person is very, very naive, very dumb, very stupid. So when Spirit tells you, hey, by the way, you're in danger, consider yourself lucky because they don't have something like that. So when it comes around on them ×3 and they don't listen to themselves and they do leave their flat iron on, right on top of a towel, or they don't check the oil in their car and they start it up and it's fucking bone dry and their fucking car catches on fire or some shit, right? They're the ones that didn't listen. Honestly, I got a message about my car, like my sister and I share a car, through a movie. through a movie I watch all the time. Okay, it's called Volcano. It's got Tommy Lee Jones in it, and it's awesome. And Crazy Anne Hesh. And there's a part of the movie where the ash is causing the cars to stop working because the ash was filling up the air filters. And this one time I watched it, for some reason, my third eye just went crazy, and my third ear starts ringing like a motherfucker. And they're like, air filter, Whitney, air filter, air filter. And I'm like, it's my sister's car, really. So I let her choose when she wants to do the oil change and stuff. I don't overstep, but I was like, she got home from work and I was like, when's the last time you changed the air filter in the car and like did the oil change and stuff? And she kind of remembered a few things and she was right. But then when we got to the oil place to change the oil, because the car was due for an oil change, we go, you know what, can you check the air filters? Like, please, and he goes, which one? And we go, which one? Like usually cars just have one air filter, but her car has dose air filters. So one in the engine and one in the cabinet department, right? Right behind the glove compartment. So he checks the one in the engine and it was fine. So she did change the air filter like she said not that long ago. And then he opened up the one from inside the passenger. Oh my God, you should have saw how gross these fucking air filters were. And like, I noticed that we were just breathing in way too much smoke and like dust. But we just didn't know. She didn't have those filters changed for, she said, years at least. And even the guy looked at them and goes like, it's been years since these have been done. So my air filter pickup from that movie, because Spirit just wouldn't stop. Their air filter. And I'm like, the fuck? Like she said she changed the goddamn air filter, but then I just thought maybe I was getting an alarm that something was going to happen on the car. And then good thing, actually, we took it to a place and they checked the transmission fluid and it was awful. It was full of metal. It's supposed to be pink. This shit was black. And he's like, any chance you want to change this fluid? We're like, yep. So a simple oil change, $75 or $100 oil change turned into a $250 stay. But we got all of the fluids and all the filters done. Okay, so sometimes you get a message and it's weird because you think, I've seen this movie 1,000 times. I've seen this show 1,000 times. Why am I all of a sudden picking up this one thing that they're saying about a candle or this one thing they're saying about this light that's flickering all the time? Like, if you got a light flickering, there is something with the electrical. And if there's something with the electrical, that shit can spark. Done. Wherever it is, consider yourself fucking wiped out. Because that shit, and when it comes to electric fires, that shit can smolder and it can fucking, oh my God, it almost fuels the fact that there's no oxygen. And that shit, like, that's a silent fucking fire starter. That shit can like start in your walls. And if it starts in your walls, you're fucked. Like, you're fucked. Like, so Spirit is definitely like, do not have any botch electrician work right now done. Pay the fucking big bill. Okay, pay the guys to do the right work. Don't have, it's just right now, just throw caution to the wind. Actually, no, don't throw caution to the wind. Throw caution in your fucking face when there's something to do with fire. Okay, something that could possibly catch on fire. Something that you just normally, you kind of pay attention to, but this time you're like, I don't like that. If something suddenly starts flickering and you don't like it, if suddenly something starts smoking and you don't like it, unplug it, fucking get rid of it, buy a new one. Honestly, it's just, don't. I almost feel like sometimes it's like, don't even stress when it comes to trying to save your life, you know? Like, don't do what you always did in the past sometimes and try to reuse things or keep things alive when sometimes things just got to die, you know, because it becomes a safety hazard at that point. Okay, we can't be using microwaves from 1980. Like, we got to, you know, you got to get into some of the new shit, okay, because some of that stuff is just, it's not under warranty anymore, okay? King of Pentacles, like, I think they want you to keep your money, okay? Like, there's this one place that, back in the day, we used to go, and the elevators hadn't been serviced for like 10 years. And we would just ride up and down that elevator chute, just ride up and down it, like not a care in the fucking world. Hasn't been serviced for 10 years, but nobody cares because it's the 90s. Like, fuck. I mean, thank gosh there's a little bit more restriction now. Somebody's pants got in a ruffle, but thank goodness, because health and safety, I feel like, just wasn't there until like the 2000s. And even still, is it really there? Okay, we're at an hour and 10 minutes. I forgot. I'm supposed to be doing time checks because YouTube is fucking with my lives and like altering the speech all of a sudden and like fucking with the time. And like, I don't really know the interference on these lives all of a sudden. I don't know if it's always happened with the lives or it's just right now, but I'm trying to timestamp. 11113. I'm trying to timestamp to see if I line up with the video when I watch it again. You know, I'll watch it and make sure it lines up. And I forgot to timestamp, but at least I remembered. Fucking 1 hour and 11 minutes on the clock. That was actually all ones because 2-9 is 11 as well. So I don't know if YouTube's trying to pull a fast one on me or not, but I don't know. You can't really pull a fast one on a psychic. We will figure you out. This fucking stalker that I have just keeps trying to follow me in different accounts. And I'm like, when are you going to realize I know you can't fuck with a psychic. A psychic will know. Like, oh God, people are so dumb. They just want to hurt themselves, you know? People just want to hurt themselves with people who just hang around energies that don't like them and just kick them away. Like, oh man, and just keep coming back, just crawling back all the time. I just don't understand why. Like, wow. High Priestess of Water in reverse. Okay, choices in reverse with love in reverse. Like, this is kind of how I'm feeling. Like, I feel like somebody is just like emotionless. Like they just don't love you. They just don't love you. There's not a choice. It's not a choice. It's just, they just don't like you. They don't love you. I wonder if this is about my father. There's obedience. Okay. Justice with don't forget, remember. So I almost feel like, okay, so you could be, again, maybe possibly Adam, okay? I don't know if you're still watching Adam, but somebody could be, needing to let go of somebody, but they're just keeping it ongoing, and they're not stopping it, okay? And I mean, when you let go of people, right, you let go of them knowing that they're free now. And if they choose to come back, they do. If they don't, then you have to kind of just let them go. Okay. And when somebody, I know it's really hard when people don't say anything to you. Like if you've said something to somebody and they just haven't responded, they haven't said anything back to you. I find those are the biggest cowards in the world because they feel like their silence is good enough for you, but they don't understand how much pain you're in and that sometimes it's not easy for people to just let other people go, especially if you spend years with this person and then they just turn their back on you. Okay, it's hard to, I mean, even with my father, like I still message my father, like he's a fucking piece of shit. I fucking hate him. And he won't speak to me. And I'm like, I don't know why. Like my own father won't talk to me. And it's very hard to close the door because he's not even, he'll never say, go away. You're not my daughter anymore. Piss off. He'll just say that, everything was misunderstood and he tried his hardest and blah, blah, blah. He always tries to keep the door open. And I think, why are you trying to keep the door open with everything I say you're against? You're not there for me. You don't support me. I know you don't love me. But why do you keep the door open? If you don't fucking care, then walk away. Go away, right? Well, that's the thing is a lot of people feel the guilt. But if you feel the guilt, then fucking say that. Say that. Right? Why do you have to punish the people that make you feel guilty? Like you're punishing them again and again and again, right? By refusing to speak. Like, and I mean, the people that choose not to speak, like my father is the biggest coward in the world. And when you open up and when you try to speak to somebody and they have no words to say to you, honestly, that person I feel will never change. They are not on the same level as you. They're cowards. They don't want to speak to you. They've got got their words right there that can relieve you of all your pain and get you out of your head and back into your life, but they hold back because it's harder for them to say it than for you to hear it? Or do they try to use it against you? Like, you're not going to be able to handle the truth. Like, people who do that, you can't handle the truth, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm sorry, but you just blame that on me. You blamed your inability to tell the truth on how I'm going to take it. What the actual fuck? Okay. So it's like somebody is, definitely just emotionless towards you. And it's hard to let them go because they're not giving you the reason to walk away, but yet they, are not telling you to stay either. So it's like, I feel like there isn't any choice to be made. The choice has already been made, right? And it just speaks, and it's almost like, don't forget that this person, doesn't love you. They let you go. They walked away. They're completely emotionless towards you. They don't even see you as a choice, and they're so much of a coward that they won't say that. They won't say that. Honestly, I would rather make somebody cry than ever make them forever think they had a chance with me. Like, I wouldn't string somebody along. That's called, they're stringing you along. This person is stringing you along by not saying anything. They expect you to go away on your own. High priestess of spirit in reverse. They expect you to go away on your own. And it's like, okay, I mean, certainly, easier said than done, but like high priestess of earth, it's like, why can't they just say that? Why can't they just say that? Why can't they just be a big boy or a big girl and stand up and fucking say, listen, leave me alone. I know that's going to hurt, but there's absolutely nothing here, right? Like people can't say the truth and then they blame it on you. So it's almost like, if this person chooses to never say anything to you at all, Spirit is like, remember that. Remember that they go silent on you. Remember that they always keep the door open but never speak. Remember that they're a coward and they have a choice to make and they refuse to make the choice because they just, I don't know, expect you to just, I don't know, maybe they kind of think that they can just leave the door open with you all the time, right? Not conclude it so that if they ever want you down the road, they can have you. And like, honestly, that's just fucking sick. That's disgusting. Yeah, denial. They forever want to deny you, like keep you in limbo, like not allow you to touch them, but they don't want to say no to you. Do you know how many guys have done this to me? It's ridiculous. There was this one guy that messaged me on Facebook a couple years ago, and I didn't see the message right away, and I messaged him back. And then suddenly he got engaged. And I was like, okay, he does this. Every year he messages me and tries to get me to come out or see him in some way because he's had some fight with his girlfriend and he doesn't want to be with her anymore. And then he tries to get back together with me and I won't see him or I'll be busy and I won't be able to, hook up with him that weekend or whatever. And then suddenly, he's engaged and he's moved back in with her and they're married. And I'm like, you know how like ugly that is and how much of a turnoff that is, that like, and even to this day, he won't say that to me. He just will forever keep the door open, but never say anything. And he's a Gemini. He's perfectly happy not saying anything. And that really sucks when people do that because I know that he's playing me some freak on a leash. He's just going to keep me there and keep me in silence. And there's a few guys that have done this to me. And it honestly, at this point in time, I've lost all respect for them. I've lost all respect for them because they won't tell me to go away. Yeah, they won't speak to me and they leave the door wide open. But they're not talking to me. But they're not talking to me. They're not telling me to go away. But then they show up in my dreams or they fucking harass me. It's just like, it's just such a mind fuck that it's like these people just, they don't deserve to be around you then. They just don't. If they're just going to, like, there's the vision in reverse. It's like, I feel like you just can't see, right? They're warrior in reverse that this person is trying to hurt you in this endless cycle. They're trying to hurt you. And like, they could play the victim, like you're the one that hurts them, or you're the one that's crazy, you know, that whole fucking reverse psychology bullshit, right? You're the one that sees me, like I'm not the one that sees you. You're the one that makes all this up in your head. You're the one that won't let it end, right? Like, this one ex-boyfriend comes in my dreams all the time. He's in my dreams all the time for years. I've tried to tell him to piss off. I've tried to block him. I've tried to not speak to him. And he just shows up in my dreams again, shows up in my dreams again, shows up in my dreams again. And I just don't know why. I just don't know why people do that. I don't know why they choose to mess with you. And then he won't speak to me. So he won't tell me anything, how he feels. The guy could hate me. And he's showing up in my dreams as some type of, you know, never-ending hell experience on earth that he's giving me every single day by appearing in my dreams but never saying anything to me. He's keeping me in a cycle where he can control me, where he can just act like the devil and repeat this cycle of keeping me on a leash but never speaking to me. Like, it's I mean, sometimes, I mean, being a psychic is like you can feel people at your mercy, basically. Like, I know everything that he feels, and whether or not he blocks me or not mentally, his body and his energy is 1002% open to me. It's his mind that is completely blocked from me. Okay. And that's where sometimes you have to say, if somebody wants to stay blocked, right, then there's really nothing you can do. Like, if they don't say anything and they don't talk to you, then you see that as a sign of like, well, you know, it's their loss. They want to keep dangling something in front of you by not saying anything, but then acting like that is saying something. What do you mean that's saying something? You didn't say anything, right? You want to play the coward game, right? You want me to just think I know what you're saying, and then that's the easy way out, right? People want to play like, this is definitely about a coward. Like, I'm really feeling coward right now. And that really sucks, because it means that you were open to somebody and they played you on that. They used you on that, right? And they used your emotions to get inside of you and then deny you everything to keep you on that string. I mean, Geminis are fucking brutal with that shit, man. They'll just keep their fucking mouths shut for years. It's infuriating, because they have all the answers to everything that you possibly ask, but they just sit there and stare at you like an asshole. I mean, my sister is a Gemini, and she's the best, like, but she has a hard time speaking. Like, she knows that. She knows, but she's now, you know, that we've been living together for so long that I've kind of like Whitneyed her, you know, and been like, who gives a fuck about their feelings? You know, if this is hurting you, you need to deal with you and fuck how they feel, right? Because this isn't about how everybody else feels, because clearly people are just willing to hide their feelings from you and make you, you know, dangle them in front, like, oh, hey, look at, oh, no, nope. You know, that was something my father did. That was something, you know, he did. He constantly, you know, jerked things in our faces and fucking took them away from us. Like, it was insulting, right? So when people do that in real life to me, it turns me off so much that, like, I want to throw them in the river and, you know, in the middle of winter, because I think, like, why would you fuck with somebody? Like, do you know what mental fuckery does to somebody? Like, you know, like, it doesn't matter if it's a child or an adult, like, mental fuckery just so you don't say anything because it's, you know, it's a happier life by you staying quiet because you want to keep somebody on some fucked up leash. Like, that's like tormenting, you know, times a million when you're dealing with somebody schizophrenic. And like, majority of, you know, general pop is telepathic. We're picking up energy fucking all the time, left, right, and center. So to get, you know, dodged, like to get, you know, hit by something that doesn't even have anything to do with you or has something to do with somebody else's fucking shit is like, why would you do that to somebody? Like, why would you keep them dangling like that and not say anything? Like, that's disgusting. Like, you're fucking pathetic. Like, you're pathetic. Like, my father's, you know, inability to respond to some of the most personal emails I've ever said in my life is like, that's his child. I mean, that's a child. That's somebody opening up to you and being at their most vulnerable, and you say nothing. So like, whatever it is that you're trying to say, or whatever it is that you're dealing with somebody, like, they are a child. They're a child. It's child's play. Only children choose not to speak, because for the most part, they don't know what to say. Adults will know what to say because adults can speak. It's called vocabulary. Okay, we're going to do one last video. 1, 2, 4, 44. We are... And 911. I don't know if you heard, but like, this card went flying and hit my drink. And it went ding. Okay, so ding, 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 ding. Oh, maybe we got to do the bell. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, we got 911 emergency in kind of limbo with fear. Okay, false evidence appearing real, but fear in reverse. Okay, so I feel like, man, face your fears, because fear is false evidence appearing real. It is just that. It's something trying to fuck with you. Okay, mercy in reverse with this 911. Okay, so I feel like there's possibly somebody around you that is now not going to be a little bitch and call 911 on their feelings, because they think that something is going to happen that is so far from happening. It's not even funny. Okay, but somebody's made a fear come alive. Okay, and it's like there's no more mercy to it anymore, because it's like ripping off a Band-Aid. Like, stop saying it's gonna fucking hurt for that little bit of hair to come out. Okay, get over it. You're not gonna call 911 because your fucking hair got ripped out. Okay, like, fucking get over it. Jesus Christ. Like, she too nice with it. I like my brandy with no ice in it. Hot damn, you got ghosts in Japan. I wanna be part of the plan. Oh my God. Okay, so you got something coming up, okay? And you can't be scared of it, okay? The fear is done. Fucking piss fear and face it in the fucking face, okay? It's just, it doesn't have no more mercy to fear. Oh, I don't know. You know, I fucking hate those people. I don't know. I can't jump. I don't know. I can't go. I'm too scared. Holy God, just jump already and shut the front door. Okay, the big cancer with camo. Okay, so something is going to be uncamouflaged, and it's something that has grown very large. Okay, something is big. Okay, this is a big plan, and I do think they're going to try to scare you out of it. You know, like, you're not like, you're not good enough for it or something like that. You know, it's like you put your name into a draw and you win a trip, and then they try to tell you that, like, you're too scared to go, or like, don't go there. You know, people get kidnapped there. You know, there's war there, blah, blah, blah. And you're like, okay, health and safety. Let me tell you this. The world is always looking out for you. Okay. They're always looking out for your health and safety. So there's somebody gossiping around you, okay? And it's a soap opera in reverse. It's fucking, you got somebody that they can tell a story or two, okay? This person can get under people's skin and make them scared of things, okay? And it's all lies. It's all gossip. It's all backstabbing. You know where to go, okay? Spirit says you know where to go. Your compass, it works, okay? So trust it, okay? And shatter this plan to scare you out of something that you truly need, okay? Something that you truly need in your life. You're not going to call 911. No one's calling 911, okay? They think maybe something happened and you had to call 911, and they're saying now that that's what's going to happen every time. They're going to call 911. They're going to call 911. Bitch, shut the fuck up. Somebody needs to shut the fuck up, okay? Because they're giving you absolutely no mercy, and they're filling this person's head with fear. And it's all gossiping bullshit. And it's gotten to the point now where it's gotten into somebody, okay, that they should be scared of you. Okay, that they're going to do something and you're going to end up calling 911 and they're going to hurt you. Like, what the fuck? Like, grow up, okay? Honestly, like, this person it's soap opera queen in reverse, because they're lying. They're a secret liar. Okay, people trust this person for some odd reason, like maybe it's a close family member or something, so they want to listen to them, and they're like, I love you. I'm trying to let you know that this could end up like so many things could happen that you end up calling 911. I mean, like, the house could catch on fire, fucking somebody could get hurt, somebody could fall off a ladder, somebody could, like, you can't ever call 911. What the fuck? Why? Okay, let me tell you, the lady across the street was getting fucking murdered, okay? She was getting her goddamn ass kicked by this fucking thug gangster. I called 911, and because where I live, they were hearing, like, I don't know, 20 seconds. It was fucked. I had just called and I gave my address, and like, it was like, they must've been on the corner because like they were here, and I thought she was going to get killed. That's the only reason I would ever call 911, is if somebody was going to get killed. Okay. That somebody was going to get hurt. Okay. And in that case, if somebody's going to get hurt, then yeah, you have to call 911, but this is not what this is about. Like, whatever happened in the past, like, I mean, people can't hold shit over you forever. And when it's gossiping bullshit, it means that somebody has turned something that happened, okay, some health and safety, something that happened with your health or safety or the safety of people around you or something, somebody has blown this shit up into cancer. Goddamn cancer. Okay, they're feeding it into this person. Okay, and it's eating them alive because they're listening to this person so much that the fear has taken them over. Okay, and they're not giving any mercy. They don't want to give you any mercy about this. And it's all a lie. It's all this fucking drama queen just running her mouth and trying to act like she's got the safety of other people at her concern. And she's so worried about the livelihood of this person and what's going to happen. And it's just like, okay, well, if you're really worried about it, you shut the fuck up and you would walk away and let this person do whatever the fuck it is you need to do. And you just check on them. You support them. You make sure everything's going. What's wrong with a mental health checkup? What's wrong with a relationship checkup? If this person's that fucking worried about it, but they're trying to stop you, that means that they're jealous. Okay. And let me tell you, my one ex-boyfriend, we had an explosive fight before we broke up, and his whole fucking family like turned on me, his whole family. And like, I get it. I mean, they had him at heart and I was at fault, but he was the man, and he was stronger than me, and things happened, and I was really dumb, and I had to go to the cop station and write this whole fucking thing out about how dumb I was and how stupid I was, and that I know it was my fault, and I know what I did, and I know I was drunk, and I know I was stupid, and it was something that I will never relive again. I will never ever. That was the worst night of my entire fucking life. And his sister always had something against me, and his mom always had something against me, and I know that, like, parents, they do that. Like, I would die for my sister. I would put my sister in between her and another dude that was trying to kill her in a fucking second. Okay, the things that you do for the people that you love, but at the same time, people change and they grow and they mature and they grow up. I was in my 20s. I was an alcoholic. I was massively manipulated. I was abused. I was fucked. And like, I lived in this very black world where things happened. Do I deserve to live with that on somebody's conscious for the rest of my life, that I'm some, fucking asshole that's going to fly off the chain when, like, I don't even remember the last time I got mad. I don't, why would I? I don't live my life like that. But like, people who know you from back in the day can sometimes be, your worst fucking critics, because they want to act like they know you still. They want to act like, because they know you from the past, they know you now. And like, no, you don't. They might not have even known you in the past. Right? Because you might not have even known yourself. If you didn't know yourself, how the fuck did these people know you? They knew a part of you, but they didn't know you. Okay? They didn't know you. So somebody has been gossiping on your behalf, and it's ending, because this person's going to realize that who they're dealing with is actually instilling fear on them, and they're not trying to protect them. They're not. They're actually camouflaging how much they're really lying. And that's really sad. That is really sad. Blaze one for the nation, Pandora's box. Once you open it, you can't shut it. Okay? And that's the thing, is like, if you have an ex, or if you have a friend or something, and people have been really mean to them and very judgy to them, and they're holding something that this person did years ago, but you don't want to hold back on it anymore because you trust your instincts and you know what you're doing and you can see the difference, then don't let other people hold you back. Because that's the thing. If you're that worried about how other people think, then you're never going to get anywhere in life. Because there are millions of people who don't like me, and I don't really give a fuck. Because there's millions of people that love me. Okay, so for every person who doesn't hate me, there's somebody who likes me. So why do I give a fuck? And I think there's more people that like me than hate me. Okay, and the people that hate me, they hate that old Whitney. Okay, they hate the Whitney that fucking fucked with them or did something to them or fucked their boyfriend or did something to them when I was 20. That's nice. That's not me now. I've been rehabilitated and I've lived in some of the worst places. I've basically gone through jail with some of the shit that okay. My sister and I were just talking. This one place that I lived, it was a jail cell. It was like a 6x6, okay, cell. It was like, I could barely even fit a single bed in it. Okay. And the walls were gray. And I lived there for like 4 or 5 months or something like that. My rent was $350. I had the run of the apartment though too, but that was the size of my room. And this woman a little girl who had me living there, she spent so much money on her Christmas shopping that she actually asked me for more money. And once she asked me for more money, I was like, okay, I'm actually living in jail. Like, I have to leave. I can't live here. I can't live in some fucking room where I can barely get up and turn around to get out of my room, and I'm paying to be here. So trust me, I've even lived in a jail cell. Okay, I've been homeless. I've lived in my car. Okay, I know, I've been out there. So all the little girls and all the little boys that think, they can stop people from experiencing you, okay, from everything that you've done. Let me tell you, I mean, if they choose to go with the people who don't like you, they're going to miss out on some of the best fucking years with you, because now that you're getting older and now that you're dropping the whole give a fuck persona, and you don't have to act a certain way, you don't have to be a certain way, and if people don't like you, who gives a fuck? They don't like you, right? You've reached a certain threshold that people wish they could be at, because now you have all these people talking about you, but they can't actually get to you. So they're kind of making you famous. Okay, that's what I say. You want to talk about somebody, you're making them famous. Doesn't matter what you say, okay? Because for the most part, when you hear gossip about somebody, remember it's gossip, okay? There's something in there that is a lie. Something. There's always a piece of information that you hear when someone's gossiping that is not the truth. And it's it's how gossip gets turned around. It's how gossip gets listened to, right? It's like the broken telephone, as it makes its way through all these cum eaters' mouth, it changes and it forms and it mutates and it elevates and it does these things. And you're still sitting at home going, what? I didn't get the memo. That didn't happen to me, but it happened in all these other people's eyes. Okay. Like, you could have been crazy one night and went out and fucking told everybody what you thought of them. And everyone's like, oh, you can't go near her. She's crazy. She actually told everybody how she felt about them this one night. She was drunk. That bitch is crazy. I've never even hit anybody in my life. I've never punched anybody. I've never kicked anybody. I hit my boyfriend in the chest a couple of times this one time, but I've never even smacked a bitch. I've never punched anybody. I've never, did I slap him? I don't even remember. I'm like, I don't even think I've slapped anybody, because, and I mean, it hurts. I don't hit people because I get hurt. Okay. So I'm not violent because every time I tried to be violent or defend myself, I suddenly got hurt. So I was like, okay, I'm not punching anybody. I'm not kicking anybody, because this shit is I just get hurt. Sometimes I swear my sister just listens to me drop things and kick things sometimes. She's like, oh my God, equilibrium much? And I'm like, I know, I'm a little off today. Okay. People don't need to smite you and hit you for you automatically not to have a good day. So it's like, whatever these people are, ooh, look at that ghost light. I don't know why I said that, but ghost light with corpse in reverse deadline. Okay, because the thing is that you've definitely been gaslighted. Okay, people have put words in your mouth. They've turned people against you. They've acted like, you yourself weren't there, that they've replaced you with a corpse, a crazy corpse that went around and did a bunch of shit that actually you didn't do. Okay, so this is a deadline. We've got a lot of energy right now that's shifting quite quickly, and it's making a lot of wrongs right. Venus is in retrograde right now, and the second Venus went into retrograde, you can thank my sister for this. I started watching Lucifer. Then, soon as Venus went retrograde, I started tattooing myself. Somebody has done something to my Venus, and it's been affecting me. But since Venus has gone into retrograde, suddenly all this shit's happening for me, because whatever the energy is, they can't keep me from my natural Venus anymore. So if she has to go in retrograde for me to get all my shit done, by the time she goes back into rotation, okay, I'll be ahead of her, and then she's going to have to catch up with me. Okay, so that's how sometimes shit works, is people, they'll end up getting so far behind because they're caught up on something that, happened years ago, and they don't realize that you're done the finish line, right? Because they're stuck in the labyrinth of shit that they're trying to tell people that you're out and soared and onto a different life, and they're still talking about you from 20 years ago. So this is going to end because this corpse that they've been keeping alive with your name on it has died. Okay, it's almost like people don't care anymore. It's old news. You're old news. They don't want to talk about it anymore. There's new shit happening. Nobody cares about you anymore. And that's what we've been waiting for. Okay, see, idiot on the bottom of the deck. We've been waiting for them to realize how stupid dragging your name through the dirt has been. Oh my God. I said ghost, and look what showed up. 2 ghosts. The corpse and the ghost. So you have killed this. And I don't know how you did it. I don't know how you did it. Maybe you stood on the corner with one of those things, that shoots out to people, like a microphone kind of thing, boo. And it's like that long thing. I'm awful at trying to think of names. It's like you just went out and you just you did this, and you just told everybody everything that was going on. By the way, if they say that I'm dumb, guess what? I was hit on the head, and I'm really fucking smart, actually, and I have a fucking degree and blah, blah, blah. If they said I did this, guess what? It was really like, man, I don't know, man, you just changed the course of how these people gaslighted you. You changed the course of it, okay? Because they took something from you with this third-party interference, and you said no more. Okay, it's not an accident that they fucked your name up. It's not an accident that people listen to it. Okay, people listen to it. Rejection is God's protection, right? Rejecting you protected you. It kept you away from this third party, these people that really just wanted to fuck with you, right? So the more you hung out with them, the more they're going to get information from you, the more that they're going to want to hit you up for things. And you really by not being able to pass the peace pipe with these people anymore, not being able to chit chat and mingle and, catch up with, you stopped the third party interference. And it definitely, it isolated you. Okay, it isolated you, but in a good way, because yes, you were suspended in time, but you were suspended in your own regard. Okay, that you didn't now have to be what these people said you were. And if they wanted to talk about you, then guess what? Like I said, they just made you fucking famous, and now nobody wants to talk about you. You're old news. Okay, you're old news. You're a ghost now. You're something of the past. Okay, no one wants to talk to you. You're not interesting anymore. Okay, before you used to be really interesting, and now you're not. Okay, Fox Mulder in reverse has been shattered. Okay, because now maybe you just go to work and you don't fucking care, and it's you can't live your 20s forever. And people who spend that much time on social media gossiping and going out, and then they're in their 30s and in their 40s, and they're still acting like that. I mean, consider yourself advanced if you're at home watching me right now and not out getting a drink with some set of girlfriends. Okay, because you're beyond going out and having drinks with people when you don't need to socialize like that anymore. Okay, it's just like some people. I watched this woman, and she was a woman. She was a full-fledged woman, and then all of a sudden she got a divorce and she's a teenager again. Why do women do that? Why do women begin to disrespect themselves and put themselves on some pussy pedestal with some dude that makes them feel alive again? Why can't a woman do that on her own? Why do you have to go back a step, right? It's like these people, they brought you back a step. Right? And now you don't have to do that anymore. You don't have to be the person that they're trying to claim that you are, right? You are the woman, you are the man, and it doesn't matter what anybody says about you, because now you're old news. It doesn't seem like anybody's talking about you anymore. So fucking, you did good, all right? You got these people uninterested in you. By keeping yourself away from them. Oh, lucky number 13, you son of a bitch, showed up. You were lucky. Okay, people think that compass in the wrong way. People think that their life is in friends and in partying and in socializing and in going out and spending all their money and spending all their energy and wasting their life. People think that that's where life is. When you got life figured out, life is not where the party is. Life is where you are. Okay, and being driven away from that crowd was the best thing that ever happened to you. by far. You were lucky. You got dealt a lucky card, okay? Because look at this, fuel in reverse with narcissist. The energy didn't want you around these people anymore. They were narcissistic energies that were sucking your energy away from you. They were taking your fuel away from you. They're still trying to take something away from you, okay? But it's not working because nobody cares anymore, right? Yeah, well, Diane, you're one of a kind then. Oh, well, good for you. Oh man, I just can't. I can't hit. I just never have. I've been punched in the face before. I've been kicked in the stomach. I've had the wind knocked out of me. I've been punched, and I've never hit anybody back. Never. It's crazy how people label me as like crazy all the time, and they label me as like I'm psycho and I'm this. Like I was, if anything, really trapped in my head for a long time. But like I've never been physical. Never. I'm not a physical person. I used to get this rage, and the rage was from me being massively manipulated. No, never. I've never hit anybody. Never. It's not something that I do. I don't feel good. I wouldn't feel good about hitting somebody. I've always really worried about my hands, and I've always really worried about hurting myself. And like my sister, even she like slapped somebody, and I went like when she slapped somebody a couple years ago, that's when I realized I was like, I've never hit anybody. Like I remember trying to push my ex-boyfriend out the door when we were fighting. But I don't like, I mean, I might have bruised him and stuff because, I was pushing him and I was trying to get him to, but I've never punched anybody in the face. I've never hit anybody. I'm just not that kind of person that would do that. Right. I have to learn how to punch. I honestly, like, I'm just like, I've watched people like break their fingers punching people. And I watched this one guy, he got punched in the face or hit in the face so bad that it dislocated his jaw. And like, I don't want anything to do with that. That cauliflower ear, they can blow your ear out. Like, I'm not violent. So I use my words. Like, I'll just get people to run away from me because they think I'm fucking crazy. But I use my voice. I don't use my body. And I would get crazy. Usually people just run away from me. As soon as I get like the psycho eyes, people just run away from me. I do that. It's a scare tactic. I don't know what I'm doing. I've never hurt somebody. Are you kidding? Oh my God. Oh, I don't even know how to like, I'm bad with like discipline and like, oh man, it's like one of the reasons why I haven't got a dog because I just don't know properly like how to discipline without like, I just watched my dad like beat my dogs like growing up because they like peed on the carpet or they did something. And like, I just can't, I don't know how to do it yet. Like I've trained my snakes. Like I work with my snakes every day, which I would imagine I would be able to do with a dog, but I'm just not in the right place to get a dog. But like, I've never abused anything. Like I don't hit. I don't scratch unless it's sexual. I scratch a lot then. And when, what's that verse? And when, she scratches your back, I hope you feel it. Oh, that Alanis Morissette song. Oh, can you feel it? I love that album, Jagged Little Pill. I love that album. I'm gonna have to download that. Every time I put like Alanis Morissette or Sarah McLachlan or something on my fucking phone, my sister, as soon as it comes on, my sister will be like, what is this, Lilith Fair? Yes, it's Lilith Fair in here right now. We're listening to Jan Arden, actually she really likes Jan Arden, but we don't really listen to the females in this house. Anyways, I think I'm going to call this a wraps. 149.02. Jeez Louise. 149.02. I'm going to call it quits. This was a great reading. I resonated. And welcome to everybody new here. All right. I'm Whitney Moon. Send your questions into me telepathically. Okay. That's usually how we do it. I do have personal readings on, and that's on the description box below if you want a personal reading. But yeah, you know, we got lots of that going on, and donations are available. And yeah, everybody can give me an email if they'd like. Nice meeting you too. Thanks for everybody being in the chat. Diane, Adam, I'm glad everybody was here today. And yeah, have a really good night and good weekend. And hopefully tomorrow you will see me live on here. I do have social media. I'm not really good with this whole like letting people know when I'm going to go live, because it's usually like a spare of the moment thing. But I will try to let the GP know when I am going to go live. So I will follow my Instagram if you want. That's in the About section. Or you can follow me on X. Or you can just follow me on here and hopefully get that notification that I'm live, and send your telepathic questions into me. That's how we do it. And I just answer. It's all telepathic here. We're all on that frequency. I know that majority of the public that do watch me all read tarot themselves, or have superpowers anyways. Okay, so send your questions into me, especially when I'm live. And the more lives that you come to, the more that your energy will be picked up. And yeah, Spirit, this is a pretty fucking awesome channel. It's really magical. It's very profitable, like profit as in prophecies. So there's a lot of prophecies that come out and stuff like that. So hang 10 with us, join. All right, we'd be lucky to have you. And we get to know a lot of people that are in the live, right, that talk to. So I get to know you guys every time you come on, and a lot of faces that come and go. And so lives are where it's at with me right now. So if you want to be a part of this beautiful family, keep coming on every time we go live. I'd love to have you. All right, everybody, thank you very much. Everybody as well, have a great night. Okay, love and light to everybody out there. And we will see you on the flip side. I don't even know where it's shut off, but look, it's already just shutting me off. It's already like, Whitney, you're not allowed to talk anymore. So ixnay on the upitsnay. Have a good one. Peace out, everybody. 151.44. Here we go. That's so funny.